Every living entity is serving the divine couple, lots of love and affection in their heart. So it will be very easy for us to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra very attentively, affectionately, clearly, distinctly, with so many emotions churning in our heart. So let's beg the mercy of those personality that can bestow the mercy so we can enter in the 12 forest of Vrindavan, starting with the divine couple Radha and Krishna, Giri Govardhan, Panchatattva, Lord Narsingadev, Vrunda Devi, Nama Prabhu, six Goswamis of Vrindavan, Namacharya Sila Haridas Thakur, Naruttam Das Thakur, Vrindavan Das Thakur, Lochan Das Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Maharaj, and the eternal associates of the divine couple, blissfully chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra so wonderfully. If we can just even once hear their chanting, our life will become changed. We will be become attracted toward the holy name. This is our process and this is our final goal. We want to chant now, and even on the final stage, even in the Goloka Vrindavan, that's all we have to do is chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It's so sublime, so auspicious. So let's have the mercy of those personality. And also we beg the mercy of dear Srila Prabhupada, who left Vrindavan to just save us all from the nuisance of this material existence. Every moment, everyone is suffering. And only way we will be able to become free from the suffering if we take complete shelter at the lotus feet of the divine couple. There is absolutely nothing we can do if you are sincerely seeking to resolve all this anxiety and suffering once and for all. Let's take the shelter of the divine couple. So we should be indebted to dear Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Maharaj, who is constantly striving to fulfill the desire, prophecy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and inner core desire of the Bhakti Vinod Thakur and dear Srila Prabhupada, that this Hare Krishna Mahamantra will be chanted in every small town and village, purify the whole existence. Then this material world can become a spiritual world. So we have lots of work to do for dear Srila Prabhupada's movement. We need to purify ourselves, then we will be able to help others to become purified. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that particularly Bharata Bhumite Hoila Manushya Janma Yar Janma Sarthak Kare Karapara Upakar. So who has taken the birth in the Bharatvarsh? That's their primary duty, is to perfect their life. And after perfecting the life, we should extend our hand to all other beings to become free from the cycle of birth and death. So let's invite the divine couple in the inner core of our heart, where we have erected a wonderful throne with lots of labor of love and with nice diamonds, jewel pearls, and sapphire stones. We will be all washing the divine lotus feet with the water. We will be all collecting from Ganga, Yamuna, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Jalo, Asmin, Saninitin, Kuru. Washing the divine lotus feet will wash away all the sins that we may have incurred in the previous and this life, making us eligible to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra attentively. We are carrying so many illusions, ignorance, that will be washed away once we take complete shelter of the lotus feet. And then we will dry the lotus feet and offer them the most fragrant incense stick for the pleasure of the divine couple. And then we will light up the ghee lamp to perform the arti of the divine couple in Brahmurt, in Brajadham, in association of the eternal associates and the wonderful Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. It's a glorious moment of the day, and we should feel so fortunate that the divine couple is allowing us to render that service. When we perform the arti, we would like to behold the most beautiful, attractive, transcendental form of the divine couple. So when we chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can behold to that most magnanimous form of the divine couple. And we never want to lose the sight of the divine lotus feet, which gives us so much soothing effect that even millions of moons cannot give. So stay at the complete shelter at the lotus feet of the divine couple. We are sitting underneath the Kadamba tree at the bank of Yamuna, where Yamuna is flowing so wonderfully, giving us a cooling blaze to make us calm, cool, and concentrated. Also, we would like to see the written format of the Mahamantra at the lotus feet of the divine couple, so we can simply read and hear each transcendental sound vibration and let it go in the inner core of our heart. And finally, we would like to offer red, blue, and white, most fragrant, beautiful lotus flowers that we all just picked from the beautiful lakes of Vrindavan. Vrindavan is always surcharged with the spiritual potency. Every tree and creepers is flourishing with full of flowers and fruits. All living being is constantly engaging, glorifying the divine couple, serving the divine couple, and chanting their holy name. So if we, as long as we stay in their association, it will be wonderful. Let's hear some words from our acharyas that can invoke more intense feeling to chant very attentively. Strictly speaking, seva cannot be performed if there is no love. The Sanskrit word used in the context of seva is bhakti, which more specifically means devotional service, and delineates that it is inherently done with devotion. If there is no love, then service is only work. In a spiritual context, the Lord is not satisfied by such seva work. He is only pleased with love. There is a vast difference between the two. Krishna is attracted and even controlled by devotional service. He is conquered by the love of his devotees. Such pure devotees even induce Krishna to show them. Nand Maharaj, Krishna's father, tell Krishna to bring him his shoes. Little boy Krishna actually struggles to fulfill the request, creating a charming, lovable scene as he carries the heavy wooden shoes on his small, soft head. His dear mother Yashoda thinks, my goodness, Krishna is always stealing butter. He has become a butter thief. Later, when he grows up, he will steal all kind of things. This is a bad tendency. I better nip it in the bud before it gets any worse. She feels just as any mother would and want to correct her son. When Krishna sees that his mother wants to serve by punishing him, he just melts. He lets her catch him in a chase around the house and then allow her to bind him to a mortar with a rope. No yogi ever can catch Krishna, not even if he could run at the speed of the mind. But Krishna becomes bound by his devotees' love. Looking at ourselves, we may say, there is a long way to go. Agreed. But let us start our journey of chanting in a mood of service. Every journey starts with the first step and continue from there. In the Vrindavan pastime, we find the example of the cowherd boys doing chanting and dancing in the mood of loving service. Krishna would sometimes become tired from roaming around the forest and playing various energetic games. When his friend noticed the Lord's weariness, they quickly prepared a bed made of soft twigs and fresh forest flowers. With eagerness, they offered their laps as a pillow or head to rest. To accept the service of his affectionate friends, the Lord expanded himself in as many forms as there were the cowherd boys. Krishna is so kind. Don't we all know how it feels to be restless while chanting? We feel dry and nothing seems to happen. But then at other times, the chanting is just so wonderful that we don't want to leave the chanting. How is it that we experience both in these realities while chanting? By Krishna's free will. In the first example, Krishna is absent. And in the second example, Krishna is beginning to ever so slightly reveal himself. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur uses the analogy of a medical capsules to drive home the point. A capsule carries an active ingredient in powder form that is contained within its plastic-like outer shell. The exterior layer make it possible for the medicine to reach the stomach. And from there, the medicine is absorbed and spreads its effect throughout the body. An empty capsule would not have the same effect. In the same way, our chanting either evokes Krishna's purifying presence or not. Since Krishna is only attracted to the service mentality of a devotee, chanting without bhakti does not attract his presence. He is not within such mantras. They are like empty medicines, capsules, with no or not much effect. Only when we hear the name from a devotee will Krishna be present and purified our hearts so that we gradually develop deep Krishna consciousness. This is the only thing we need to practice to perfect our chanting. Every one of us knows that very well. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so kind. He has simplified the method to such an extent that anybody can just simply chant and hear the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and perfect their life. So let's do our part today. And if we will be sincere, Krishna will be definitely reciprocating with all of us. Have a wonderful journey. Wish you all the good luck. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.